All right, everybody. In the co-main event of the Mexico show, we've got a not massive fight, but we've got a barn burner on its way. This is my official co-main event breakdown for Drew Dober versus Manuel El Loco Torres. I think Manuel's going to win this fight, guys, and I think it's close. I think it's going to be an absolute war as long as it lasts. And, Manuel's, I use FanDuel, so Manuel's gone as plus 100 on the odds, so kind of also has me even more excited for my pick of Manuel Torres. I think the odds are being quite stupid. And I think this is going to be not just a great fight, I think it's going to be a very bloody fight because this fight will be in the pocket, and I do think Manuel's going to elbow the shit out of Drew Dober. I think Drew Dober is going to be crashing forward this whole fight, landing that nice right hook to the body that he has. He's just got a very good right hook in general, just does Drew Dober. Found the chin of Green with the left hand, actually. He's just very sharp with the hooks. Not the most technical ever, but he comes in pretty tight, and he's a pretty tightly built person. So, and he's got some pop at lightweight. But another guy that has real pop is Manuel Torres. If you've seen his knockout over Nicholas Mota with that step-in elbow, bro, he looked like he fucking killed him, bro. Especially with the hammer fist that had Mota bouncing. Right now, it's saying it's fucking minus money here, but maybe the odds might go back up to pick him, so I'm going to bet on Manuel today. Honestly, I think Manuel is going to be beating Drew Dober's ass for a good majority of this fight. I think Dober's going to have some moments where he cracks Manuel with right hands, but Manuel's younger. Dober has taken a lot of damage in his career, and in his last fight against Jean Silva, took a nasty cut, which is just going to open up more scar tissue, which I think the elbows of Manuel are going to open up a cut on Dober. I think Manuel's going to land some nice kicks at range, but Manuel's game isn't the range. Manuel actually, as long of a guy as he is, and he does have a 3.5-inch reach advantage as well as almost 6. He's got 6 inches in reach on the legs. So Manuel is gonna go out there, batter Drew Dober with the kicks, batter him with the hands, batter him with the elbows. I think he's gonna be landing some knees. I think he also has the option of grappling in this fight, which I do think Dober is a pretty hard guy to get to the ground. But once he's there, he's not a guy that gets back up really easily. Moicano, yeah, Dober was an idiot, and he tried that throw twice on Moicano. The first time he got him, the second time, yeah, Moicano, a good grappler, is going to read that. And I think Manuel's got a submission upside in this fight, and he's got a chance at getting a submission on Dober, who's been submitted a good amount of times in his career. And, takedown accuracy, 66-17. I can see a takedown from Manuel. I can see Manuel honestly also winning this fight by decision in an absolute war. But I just think at Drew Dober's age, he won't be able to take all of the punishment. This guy lands 7.71 strikes or 0.17 strikes per minute. And these are significant strikes. Like, he's going to land something in the first round. I think he's going to drop Dober in the first round. I think Dober's going to survive the first round. I think Manuel is going to beat Dober's ass into submission. But do I think Dober will lose by sub against Manuel Torres? He's got the nasty. Do I want to pick him by KO? Because if he drops him, is he going to really go for a sub on the big-ass chin of Drew Dober? No, he's probably going to try and finish him. But Manuel's not a ground and pound guy. When he drops guys, he fucking goes right for the back. I can see, after further research, I think another thing that I do worry, though, if this fight gets out of round 2, I think Dober has a high chance of KOing Manuel Torres in round 3. Because Dober will be pushing that pace. Manuel will be start to breaking under the he'll start to be breaking under the pressure. Dober does have a good ability to just walk guys down because he's got such a good chin, so tough. I can see kind of a situation where Manuel sits Dober down and then Dober kind of gets up and rocks Manuel. I can see just a crazy fight. I think if this fight does go the distance, Manuel will win, but have a really, really, really hard third round. I think Dober's got a good chance, though, of getting this fight. I was originally picking Manuel, and I've decided to stick with Manuel. This guy's got a 3.4 knockdown average per fucking 15 minutes. Like, he's got to get a knockdown on Dober at some point. I think Dober's 34 or 35. Let's go to their topologies. Dober versus Torres. Motherfucker. Alright, bro. Of course I have to search topology. Topology, UFC. Bang. Boom. So, I think Dober's 34. No, he's 36. It's even worse. Like, I just, his losses are getting more and more like, yeah, the Moicano win wasn't brutal, but Moicano's not a guy that's going to go knock you out. Manuel is. Manuel's a guy that will come in there and sleep you stiff. And I think this is going to be a really, really close fight, man. I love a submission win over Chris Duncan, as Duncan just ragdolled and submitted Vucenic and dropped him. And don't forget, Torres also hurt him on the feet. Took him down twice before he got the submission, so it wasn't just a fluke catching him, taking the back. I just think Manuel's got he's got more ways to win. I think he's going to be going off for the Mexican people. I think Manuel Torres as well, he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder to win, man. He's backs against the wall, coming off the first UFC loss of his career. He needs this win, man. And Dober, although, yeah, he needs this win, I think he can take a 15th loss. You know what I mean? I think Dober, it wouldn't kill him if he took a 15th fucking loss. Manuel, I'm sure if he took a 4th loss, he would be in fucking La La Land where the fuck his brain's at. Yeah, and also their headspace is going into this fight. Dober coming off of a 2-fight loss streak, and the guy that he just lost to came up a division on a week's notice and beat Dober's ass for 2 rounds and then stopped him with a brutal cut. Like, if we go to I'm going to literally search up Drew Dober's cut. Drew Dober, Gene Silva cut. This cut was fucking nasty, guys. And it's just like, oh my God, that's a vicious cut. And that's just more scar tissue for Manuel to cut open. I think visual damage will clearly go to Manuel in this fight. I think Bahamondes was a really tricky fight for Manuel, as in Manuel is a guy who crashes forward, and Bahamondes is a guy who backs up and counters and stays far at range. He's also way bigger than Torres as well. So I think 2 guys that crash forward really favors a fight for Manuel Torres. I really do think he's going to get this one done by, do I want to say club and sub or do I want to say KO? I'm going to say Manuel Torres wins this fight by KO. I'm going to say he wins by KO either late into round 1. But what I'm actually leaning towards is early into round 2. I think Manuel Torres is going to find a left hook. Kind of like how he finished Frank Camacho. I think he's going to find a left hook into a right hook. Maybe that rocks Dober and doesn't knock him down and out. So Torres finishes up with a knee or a high kick. I just think it's going to be a brutal finish. I think Dober is going to be in there beating up Manuel as well. They're going to be hitting each other in the pocket, crashing in the distance. I don't think this fight will be at range, really, unless Manuel wants it there. That's the thing. This is the problem. Or for Dober. Manuel really will dictate where this fight is. He'll dictate when they're grappling. He'll dictate when they're at range. He'll dictate when they're in the pocket. The only thing Dober's going to dictate is Manuel backing up. But he won't be able to dictate that for long if he gets cracked, which I do think is going to happen because Dober is so fucking hittable, bro. If we go to Dober's actual defensive stats, he absorbs 4.25 significant strikes a minute. And against a guy like Manuel Torres, he's going to be getting hit a lot, who lands 7.17 strikes per minute. Significant strikes. Dober doesn't really get crazy knockdowns, so I don't think he has the power to... I think he has the power to fold Manuel late, but not early. I think Manuel's going to be really sharp in this fight. I think he's going to be realizing the moment, knowing, yeah, I've got to get this win. I lost in Mexico, or not in Mexico, but lost in front of my Mexican people last time. I do think Manuel Torres is going to win this fight, guys. By finish. Likely going to be a KO in round 2. And I think it's going to be hooks into a high kick. Once Dober's already rocked from the hooks. I just think Manuel's going to land something big, man. Maybe elbows. His elbows are nasty. Maybe cuts Dober with an elbow, sits him down. And it sucks because, Chad Chin Dober, you always want to see him win. You want to see him. But I don't think he's got that racial motivation, man. I don't think he's got that oomph to win this fight, I think Manuel's white enough to beat Drew Dober up and get a finish. And I'm going to say in round 2. Yeah, that's going to do it for the prediction video, guys. I think this fight's going to be an absolute war, though, as long as it lasts. Both guys will be trading in the pocket. And let me know what you guys think and what type of videos you guys want. Next time, the pick is going to be Manuel Torres via round 2 knockout. Let me know what you guys want later. Bye-bye.